Hello, welcome to another episode of the NFT Show with me, Dave,
Me, Jason.
and no NFTs.
Yeah. We'll change it up a wee bit this month.
Yep.
Let Dave introduce the show. So let us know whether it was good or bad.
We'll show you the outtakes and a Patreon exclusive.
Yeah. I've heard that before.
Yeah, many
I
times.
don't know. So it's just us two again. But over the next load of weeks, we've loads of guests coming in.
Yeah.
Getting them booked in.
We've quite a lot of guests booked in now, so the next good few episodes.
Yeah, and I think 4 or something. We'll
Yeah.
have people in. So
Well, the real
Yeah.
reason for it's because Sergi's decided he wants to go on holiday, and we'll have to have a few episodes in the bank so he can go and sun himself. 'cause-
well, this is it. 2 years I've been waiting to do this, for fuck's sake.
Oh, Jesus, God bless you. Sure, you could have just went outside today and just got your tan, save yourself a load of money.
I did.
I so did I
you're
yesterday.
toasted by.
I squishy.
Ah, that's class.
All day, Nicole's been walking about the house going, alright, squishy. Don't appreciate it.
Another fly. Fuck, see the trouble we had there trying to get a fly out of the studio. Nightmare, wasn't it?
It's like that episode of Breaking Bad with the flag. Just run about going, please, just leave. Just leave. We just want to do this, just leave.
I know, fucking late the night again. We put too much pressure on ourselves. We do too much shit, don't we?
Well, that's it, mate. What is it to say? Well, Beyonce has 24 hours in the day.
Fuck that wee girl. One of them wee girls that was on one of them reality shows got the back ripped out of her for that.
I know, but like people also forget that Beyonce has maybe a team of 20 people working for her that looks after her child and like picks her outfit and does her makeup and does all that other shit that she doesn't have to spend her time doing. That she'd be like, oh, I'll just sit here and let you be my wee fucking minions.
We have to do everything ourselves.
Yeah, I hate having to do my makeup in the morning, mate. It's fucking terrible.
I know. You always make mistakes too, see around your eyes, mate. It's terrible.
You're a pro at it now, covering up all them bruises.
Oh, that's it, mate. When you have to do it every day, you know what I mean? There's no choice. But now, no, I sort of, whenever your wee girl was saying that, I remember people were in the back of her. I sort of agreed with what she was saying. She wasn't being a cunt. Well, it came off cunty, but she wasn't
Yeah.
really being a cunt.
But I think again, it's because it's somebody from Love Island, and it's like it
Uh,
doesn't matter what you've done. You're famous because you're on Love Island.
you're not doing phase 2, dude.
It's like people who win X Factor. They're not taken seriously as artists because you're
X
the winner
Factor.
of a talent competition. You haven't had to go and do the avenue that somebody else has done. So you're viewed as a lesser celebrity.
No,
as
I
it were.
agree. I see like anyone that's won X Factor and all, like, don't really mean fuck all to me. Like, Britain's Got Talent, anything like that.
You don't remember them after 12 months. What do they have?
No.
Their Christmas #1, maybe another song after it, and then 99% of them will just dwindle off and be
Aye.
builders or something.
I know. Well, Builder's good job this day and age. Like,
Well, that's it.
that's a job I would do if I wasn't a DJ.
I only a bit late.
A week late.
A week late.
But no, fuck, it's been busy, all right. Like, we been producing like crazy, then trying to record this podcast, meetings, and then also fucking ghost production stuff.
Yeah.
It's fucking pain in the arse.
You say that though, but you love them.
I wouldn't change it. Like,
Exactly.
but as I'm saying, what is it? What time is it now? 8 o'clock at night or something? We're
Yeah.
recording this.
But it's a lovely sunny day. It like tricks you into thinking it's like 6.
It's a lovely sunny day to sit in a fucking dark room.
Yeah. It's the story of our lives, mate. Studio time. That's why I burned to a crisp. I'm not used to being outside. It's like, natural light. That's
a
me
vampire.
fucking done.
Fuck's sake. I know, but I wouldn't change it. But it is also stressful.
Yeah, but again, mate, Beyonce can do it.
24 hours in a day.
That's it.
So what's been up with you? What'd you do this week when I wasn't with you?
Well, it actually leads me to something that I wanted to do tonight. So, yeah, I've been working in the studio. Obviously, a few new tunes sent over to you. Went to Bangor with the family yesterday. Lovely wee day down to Picky Park. Done all the rides.
Picky pool.
Picky Pool. No, it's Picky Park now, mate. It's not.
Picky Pool.
It's not a pool
It'll
anymore.
never change. It's like calling Barry's Curries.
Her mum was telling me it's changed its name. I didn't even know it reopened.
Oh, I was up on Saturday.
Was it good?
That's good.
I've never been up to Port
It's
Rush.
just exactly the same, only it says Curries
I've
everywhere.
never been to it. The
No?
only time I've ever been to Port Rush was to play in Callies.
Fuck off.
Yeah, only time I've ever went
See,
to Port Rush was to play.
I'm
in
shocked.
Callies, that's it.
Oh, Port Rush is fucking brilliant.
So
we
up
had
in
a spur
Torbay,
laugh, but Hannah was working, and fucking lovely day all day. She got out of work, and we were going up to Port Rush, and I swear to God, the minute she got out of work into my car, started pacing it down, and didn't stop. Paced it down
the
all
whole
fucking
time?
day and all night. Nah, it was like there was breaks in it, like, but it
Aye.
was constantly drizzling, like, and it was so warm it didn't really make a
Mate,
difference.
you're in the wrong trade here. You should be doing podcasts. You should be taking bar best job there. Tell you what, it was pissing down. 3 breaks in the middle, but it'll be pissing down most of your day.
Drizzle.
That's it. But no, Bangor was good, mate. We fun fair and all, done that. And then I went to this wee sweet shop and I got myself some lovely sweets. Some sweets me and my dad love, and I've now found out that the child loves as well. It's a wee family tradition, right? And I want to let you try one. But there's also a challenge involved in this wee sweet.
Okay.
Right? The challenge is just to see how long you can keep it in your mouth for. That's it. Right?
Let's go. What is it, a fireball one?
No, it's not a fireball. Promise you, it's not a fireball. It's just a nice wee sweet. Do you like cola cubes?
I like no
Alright.
sweets.
First time I've ever
Do you know
got
I
my
could
balls
easily
in
get
front
out
of
of this?
Sergi.
Like,
I know you could, but I've already spoke to Heather and cleared this one, so you can't. You have this one, right?
right. Sour.
Yeah.
It's a good podcasting.
Wee bit of ASMR for people. Look into the camera, give us a review.
What's that? Arse the mouth. Research.
They're very, very bitter. I love them.
That's rough.
It's lovely, mate.
I don't know how people can enjoy that. What do you call them?
Battery acid. That's what I call them. You don't have to eat it if you don't want
I
to.
know how to go.
Lapper.
It's even worse when you take it out.
That's what she said.
Do you know how many times you've said that on this show?
Do you know how many times I say it on a daily basis in work, mate?
Wait,
Given that I work in a legal profession during the day, it's not appropriate there either.
madness.
I also say it to Nicole quite a lot as well, just after everything. It's quite funny.
I whenever you said it there, I was like, that's still racking me.
I've burns in the top of my mouth from eating like 3 of them yesterday. They're great, mate.
Fuck me. Don't eat them.
This is a game I like to do. Just like, oh, do you want to be sweet? People are like, oh, sweet.
I'm
And then
not a
I have
sweet man, really. Like,
it. See, once you get around the
I'm a
outside of it
crisp
and get rid of
man,
the
like-
sour. See, Nicole likes crisps. She's a big crisp person.
I love pickled onions. Ones.
Yeah, we'll find
We'll
that
go
out.
back
didn't we?
to it again. But no, crisps, I'm a big crisp man. It's my vice. But as far as sweets go, maybe a wee packet of Haribo here or there, like, that does me, like.
No, I'm a proper. I love jellies.
You're
That's my vice. Any sort of jellies.
a chocolate man too. Every time we're on tour, you're always fucking chocolate in it.
Right,
Like,
but that's just like a wee bit of sugar. I think I'm like a secret diabetic, mate. One day I'm gonna get fucking diagnosed from drinking far too much energy drinks, and you'll be like, "It's alright, Dave. I look after you, mum, mate."
that's the worst diabetes, mate. The food one when you get it, you're
Let's be honest, mate. If I'm gonna get diabetes, I'll have to outdo you.
you have to get the worst one.
Right?
No, well, obviously, type 1 is the worst kind you can get because it's insulin dependent. But the one that I have, like, I didn't eat myself into diabetes. I always had the
You're
gene
born with it.
born with it, you know what I mean? Same with my 2 kids, obviously, they're diabetic as well.
OG diabetics,
Aye.
none of this fake diabetes stuff.
We're the fucking boys.
No, but you didn't have to work for
I,
it.
I've only started getting the belly the last 3 years since COVID, like, so.
But your wee barcode scanner really helped you.
I did. Especially on the phone, boom, beep.
Yeah.
For anyone that wants to see, you see it.
So I remember my nephew actually went into school whenever you were doing the trial of it. And there was a wee girl in his class who didn't go out to play 'cause she had diabetes and was watching her blood sugars.
Yeah.
And he would sit with her every day on lunch, wouldn't go out and play because he'd seen you had the wee test run on it. And he thought he was all biz because he could actually talk to her about this disease that she had. And they just became the bestest of friends. And I was like, oh, Jack.
Did he fuck her?
Maybe he was in primary school.
Just asking, did he fuck her?
He didn't.
And
Sorry,
it didn't
Angela.
work. It didn't work. He wasn't doing that for the goodness of his heart.
Jack's got better things in his mind than
No.
women, mate.
No way.
Oh, he definitely
Nope.
does.
Angela, that's a spoof.
That boy's going to either get arrested for hacking the CIA or work for the CIA. He's just too...
He hardly worked for a central intelligence agency in America from here. MI6. They're the boys.
Are there?
James
really?
Bond.
Oh, hi, that guy. Do you know what I find out? Do you know your mom? I can't remember what you call the actor. He was in the episode 2 of Star Wars as Count Dooku. He's like a classical
I don't know
actor.
Star Wars at
Well,
all.
I'll
Like.
find out who he is, but it turns out his brother is Ian Fleming, the guy who wrote the James Bond movies. And he based James Bond on his brother, who turned out to obviously then be this actor. I was like, fuck, that's actually quite mad that he's just been an actor, and his brother wrote a full book series, which has now been made into a multi-billion-pound franchise movie series just because you were the cool big brother.
I love James Bond. That's one of my favourites. I'll always go to cinema and watch a new James Bond film that comes out. Or
Christopher Lee, that's his name.
No.
That guy there. You know when you see him.
I recognise the face, like. Plenty of freckles. Or is that skin cancer?
I think that's a few too many years in the sun.
Oh, fuck, that's going to be us.
No, mate, I've got my one day in the sun for a year. That's me. That's me fine. I'm back to the old studio.
Aye.
I'm not be going out. That'll do me for about 8 months. I look tan as fuck at Christmas. What do you see?
I do. The sun makes me feel way better. Though. See, when the sun's out, I'm like, fucking, it's the vitamin D, I think. I'm top of the world.
I hate it.
I know you do.
But it's because my whole life, the sun has meant hay fever. So I have naturally evolved to be like, sun, oh, this means my hay fever's coming.
You haven't suffered as much.
It's because I've been overdosing on hay fever tablets
Right.
this minute.
Do you know I was really bad with it? Like, for years and years, I was really, like, my eyes used to puff up and all look like I'd been smacked. But then all of a sudden,
Just
like,
stop.
I just stopped.
Because your blood changes every 7 years. I read into this. I'm waiting for my blood to change to the right fucking whatever it is.
John Lennon on mine.
No, it's alright. You keep yours. I know it's in your blood. It's okay.
Fucking sugar's not the main it.
But that I didn't know this. It's your whatever it is. It's not like your blood type or something, but your blood like re-cleanses itself every 7 years. So like, have you ever got where you didn't like something, and then maybe 10 years later you've tried it and you're like, fuck, that's actually really nice. That's because your blood has done this change.
I wish there was someone here to research this thing.
I don't know,
I
but
could talk and
true,
shit.
True about me. I'm not like you. I'm not sounding overly confident. The more confident Sergi sounds when he tells you something
Spoof.
is the more chance of it being a lie. If Sergi's unsure
No,
about what he's telling you, it's probably
saying
true.
a lie is not the correct thing. It's not knowing the correct facts.
Yeah,
I'm not lying.
generally,
I'm going by what he said, she said.
by the seashore.
Chinese whispers.
Oh, well, we all know about that.
I don't understand how that's the case. Your blood makes you like fries. I haven't had a fry for 10 years, but I'm going to eat one now.
Whatever it is, but it's like it helps you with certain like allergies and stuff, like the way as you say hay fever can disappear.
Well, and
It's not like you completely change as a person. Like, fucking one day you wake up and like, Jesus, I'm gonna go out and just change my fucking life. Just, I don't know, it's like small changes.
well, the hay fever one, like I was really bad for donkey's years. Like all I had to do was eat fucking the antihistamines, and this is even going back to like the start of COVID. Like I wasn't as bad, but I would have still had to like take the tablets.
Yeah.
But then see for the last year, like 2 years, when like COVID would have been, so like
2020.
but just before that there,
How
it's
can you forget when COVID was?
there's that much shit's happened since fucking COVID went away.
It hasn't gone away, you know.
But just the night went away.
That's exactly what it was.
Nah, but and it was horrible. I hated it. Like I feel your pain. Like
No, you don't. I feel my pain. You just said laugh.
I can't believe you're still eating them fucking sweets.
It's sweet. See, once you get round the sour on the outside, it's just a cola cube, and then there's a wee bit of sherbet in the middle. I'm loving it. Just to clarify, I've definitely won this competition.
Oh, I wasn't competing.
I just wanted the face. That was it.
Cum face.
It'll be clipped. That'll be
You
it.
wanted to see my cum face?
Well, it's better than asking you to do it for me in real life, isn't it? Fancy a round of soggy biscuit.
I remember everyone used to say that. I want to see how.
Everybody always knew someone that did it, but no one ever actually played the game.
I knew a few boys that said they knew
Of
a few
course you
boys
did.
that said they did it, and I was like, what?
But see, as well, it was only I found like a fucking preppy school kind of thing. It was like I went to Lagan, but I ran about with boys from Campbell and fucking Inst and stuff.
Well, go
And it was
ahead,
always-
show off.
Well, just
Go ahead,
because-
snob. Snob alert.
Trust me, definitely not a snob if you knew the people I hung about with.
I just went to Belfast
That's
Best
what it is.
Grammar School.
All boys school.
But here, have
Yeah,
you seen
boys.
his fucking posts on Facebook? He can't spell anything fucking right.
Fastest finger first, mate. That's what it is, you know.
Very fucking dyslexic Jay over here nails it every time.
Same fucking iPhones, mate.
Aye.
It's like, did you mean to type this? No, I meant to type what I fucking typed, you stupid phone. I don't proofread stuff. I don't have time in my day to sit and go,
like,
have I fucking got all this? My phone should be smart enough to know what the fuck I'm writing. And if it changes words, that's on the phone, not on me.
no.
I don't have the time to be going back and doing that shit. See, if you pick up an error, you have the same access that I do. You go and fucking change it.
I do every day.
Exactly.
Exactly. Every fucking day I have to
gives
go
you
in and
something to do.
redo it. Fuck me.
What was that wee gay dance? Oh, fuck me.
My back hurts still.
Oh, is it actually still sore?
It's fucking aching, mate.
Mate, I didn't even bring fucking tissues for you. So you
I
try your eyes.
know. A wee violin.
You were waiting for me to actually say I was bringing you
I
something.
know, mate. Sure, I was fucking said that boy, and he goes, "Here, do you want one of these tablets?" And I was like, "What are?" And he goes, "Man, the fuck up tablets." Cheers, you cunt, I'm in agony.
Was that the boy that was working with you?
He goes, "Here, do you want one of these?" And he goes, "Man, the fuck up, mate. I near fucking piss myself laughing." Like,
Oh, brilliant. I like that. I think I'm going to have to stay there.
fucking roasting in here, boy.
It's not. I'm
Sweat
quite
starting to
enjoying
fly
this.
to me.
This is quite nice.
It's actually alright in here compared to outside. Like, you know yourself, in the winter in here, it's wild, like, it's freezing.
I can't believe we've talked about the weather again. It's twice now you've started talking about the
know.
weather.
No, I'm just thinking of the sweat running down my forehead. A big alien dome.
It's alright, man. People have seen it all before.
I know.
We've been around the block a few times. If people have seen your sweaty dome now, it doesn't matter if they see it on the screen again.
Oh, fuck, Club Honey Door Week was a bad sweaty one, like.
Not for me. I made short the game.
I know, but you were still sweating like a
I was,
pedophile in the playground.
I was.
Good
Like-
job of both wore fucking black too. Or you wore white, you dick?
There's been plenty of see-through competitions.
Mate, that can't be good for people listening, like,
Well, me.
you eating.
Aye, but at the same time, the people probably getting off to it. They're like, oh, yes,
Oh,
light and sweet. No, they can't hear me crunch either.
I heard it, like,
Of course you did. You're on the other side of the room.
no, I heard it in the mic, in the headphones.
There's a certain part where you have to just crunch it. Like, you can't just...
Oh, I know, that's it.
See people who can, like, eat a sweet through without crunching it. Fair play. Hats off. Like, I can't even eat ice lollies without biting them.
I always bite them, mate.
Freak,
See, as
freak
soon as I
going
open
on,
a
like,
Magnum, it's just fucking eat it.
There, it's gone. No more. Anymore.
Yes.
Sorry,
How
guys.
you doing? Do you like me eating and drinking on the podcast?
What's this sound for you? Any guesses, right? We bong, man. Man of million talents, you. Fuck this DJ, I'm a lucky mate. I'm gonna go into impersonations.
No AMSR or AMSR. What is it? What is what?
AMSR.
I was too busy thinking about asking them out research.
I don't get it. I don't understand what it means. I just know that ASMR is like people who like listening to fucking things.
There's like one. I seen one where the girl licks a microphone, so she's like sucking and licking on the end of a microphone, and it's
See-
got like fucking 80 million views.
Aye, it's like who's enjoying that?
I don't get it at all, mate.
Like, is it a common thing, or is it like? 'Cause I've seen ads for like ASMR common apps, but then you're like, how can someone find someone licking a microphone common? Like, if I was sitting
It's
having
on
like
YouTube
a panic
and all,
attack or something, and you're like, I know what to do, and you ran up on stage and took the MC's mic and just came over and started licking it really beside me. Sorry, Dave.
I think it's a what would you call it? Like a
Load of bollocks.
load of bollocks. Sorry. No, it is, but it's like a fetish.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a real fetish thing.
I remember the OG ASMR before ASMR was a thing, and you probably will remember this. Do you ever remember back when you were partying and you had a few too much partyings, shall we say, and someone got out the phone buzzer or the haircut thing. You put headphones
yes.
on, and it sounded like you were in getting your hair cut. There's like, and it just freaked you out because you're like, whoa, what the fuck is going on?
Not
Like
even in
that-
partying, mate. Just see the on the iPhone,
Aye.
put the buzzer on the iPhone, and then go up behind someone, push a button as if you shaved the back of their head. I used to do that all the time.
I love going up to people when you've got a lighter, and just as you click it beside them, poking them, they think you've burned them. Just go, freak the
For
fuck
a
out.
second,
Yeah,
I
it's like, oh, what the
suppose,
fuck? You're like, oh, whacker.
Do you remember back you used to do the angel thing? You used to burn the lighter red hot and you used to stick it to
Oh,
your
I like wee
arm.
happy face.
Aye. I happy face, that's what it was. I don't know where I got the angel from.
We were wee fucks though back in the day. Do you
Yeah.
ever remember breaking the electric lighters and getting the wee thing and zapping
Aye.
people?
That's right, aye. And the other one was you used to get the cards and you used to fucking
Aye,
slap
knuckles.
the knuckles.
I see.
There's scars over my
We
fucking
had a
hands from it.
fella who came from Sweden in our school, and I can't remember his name, but he taught us Swedish knuckles, and that was far more fun than a deck of cards down the knuckles. So Swedish knuckles is you get a coin. It's better for like a 10p, 2p bigger coin. You spin it. and then
Aye,
take
we done that
turns.
in school.
You need to flick it, and whoever then stops it, you
You
have
have
to
to
put the
get it
knuckle
like
down and
that.
fire it.
Aye.
Mate, that was
But we
fucking-
never done that. What we done was we would have put the coin over the edge of the table here, and you had to hit it like 3 goes, and it had to sit over the other
Oh, aye,
person's.
like there.
Aye. Once you done that, if you got over the other side, then you got the whacker knuckles with it. See another £2 coin, like you used to cut the knuckles off.
Oh,
Like,
aye.
fucking wild. But
Aye, but see, mate,
kids don't do that nowadays.
kids are bigger fuckers now. See, yesterday we were getting the train back from Bangor, and there must have been about 30 of them. Like, I would say 16, 17-year-olds. Now, a part of this is a bit of comeuppance for some woman, but at the same time, it's awful fucking hectic, right? So we get on. There was me, Nicole's mum, and the child. 4 people.
Yeah.
6:30 train a Sunday coming back from Bangor. Quite busy. And there's one old woman sitting at a 4 seat when there's 2s on the other side. She could have sat up. So we were like, right, okay. So I sat there with her mum, and she sat behind with the child. You know, you're trying to be nice, but you're like, come on, the fuck, love. Like, there's 4 of us. Clearly, there's a swap should be done between your seat and our seat here. Let's be dead on. So then all these kids wheeled onto the bus or on the train, and they all started being wankers. And they were like, here, go, you all sit in there, that'll be funny as fuck. Like, because, you know, they'd be sitting with this old woman. And then they sat down, and then they get up. And then another bunch sat down, and then they get up. And then she phoned someone to tell them that all this mad shit was happening on the train and that she wasn't dealing with it. And it was like, well, if you hadn't been such a cunt sat there, then none of this would have
Listen,
happened.
you're saying there that people sitting beside no lady.
Oh, no. It let me finish. It gets
I was
worse,
gonna
right?
say.
So then the next stop, train takes off, get to the next stop, picks up a load of other teenagers. One wee fella walks onto the train and just gobs right beside her on the floor. And the fella behind him's walking along puffing a cigar like he's fucking, I'm going to make you a fucking star. And you're like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, we were wee wankers, but we were always respectful to everybody else, right? So then they all started going, oh, fucking drinking all this, smoking all this. Like, and it was quite loud. Again, we all done things, but you don't broadcast it in public. And then one fella decided he had too much of standing, and he sat down beside the old woman, and he just put his head down like this. And he just sat there for about 10 minutes until somebody else said, you all right there? I've had too many joints and too many drinks to be dealing with this train. It's like, you fucking amateur, it's 6:30. We would have had too many joints and too many drinks waiting for everybody to fuck off so we could have too many something else and watch the sunset. Why are you going home? But then again, you're like, this old woman sitting here, and you and I just talked about how fucking intoxicated you are. Like, there's no respect. And I think that comes down to the fact that you can't say no to any children now. You're not allowed to in school. It's bad, negative enforcement, and you can't smack kids because that's beating them. Like, I don't think you should be able to beat the fuck out of your kid.
I got a few of them. Like,
a wee smack, there's nothing wrong with that. Again, only in extreme circumstances. Like, I've never smacked Ruby.
I say I've never had any lemons either. Like, felt like it a few times.
But the fact that this doesn't happen to children, and they've no fucking respect then for adultness and all this fucking participation medals. Suck my dick. If you don't get first, second, or third, you don't get fuck all, because that's how life works.
I don't have that problem with our Aisha because she comes first in everything she does. She's a wee champion. But no, I agree. But like, obviously, whenever I was a kid, I got the fuck beat out of me right few times. And looking back now, every single time I deserved it. Like, fucking setting the whole entry on fire, bush went up, fucking fence and all went up. My man dug the fucking nose of me. Completely deserved it. But with my kids, I've never hit them and probably never will hit them. But they
because
also
they're good
listen.
kids.
They listen, yeah. So I've never had the.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? See, Jax was always in playing like the fucking laptop and all. See, last week he hasn't been in. He's been out building huts up the entry and all. They got pallets and all, and they built like a hut. They got a chair, no, our old bench. It was in the front garden. We were going to bin it, and I was like, "Fucking take that up, entry." So they've got the bench and all.
That's great to see. You don't see enough of kids going out and playing now.
That's what we used to do.
Yeah.
See, when I was a kid, mate, I was never in the house.
Oh no, that was it. Soon as you get in, you fought for any reason why you didn't have to do your homework, and then you just fight until you were dragged kicking and screaming back into the house.
Fucking, like, I remember seeing my man used to say, "You're fucking grounded for 2 weeks." I used to be like, "Fuck, that's the end of the world." Like 2 weeks, like that's nearly my whole summer.
See, now you'd love to get grounded for 2 weeks.
That's what I always. I used to during COVID. I used to threaten Jax like last year. I was like, "I'd fucking ground you," and he's like, "So." You can't ground them. It'll just be like, right, we'll have to take your fucking computer away.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? You have to take Fortnite away.
Aye, and then that's the fear. See, I've done a wee bit of an experiment with Ruby, right? So we all have that. See if I get the 3, right? That's been said a couple of times to Ruby, right? But we've never told her what happens when we get the 3. I think there was once she was told, you're not going to get to watch TV before you go to bed tomorrow night, and she didn't get it.
Yeah.
She was doing something the other night, and she wasn't doing anything wrong. I just wanted her to come over. I was like, "Ruby, come here." She wouldn't listen to me. I was like, "I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, and over she came. 2.
Same here.
Nothing's going to happen. It's just like the power of counting to 3 that you inflict upon children. Because we got it as kids. Everybody gets it. It's just, if I get the 3, and then you get 2.5, 2 and 3. No, you get 1, 2, 3. We're not getting into
my ma used to have to do that, like 1.5, 2.5, 3. Whereas my kids are like, see, once I go 1, 2, and the 2's always a bit louder than the 1. They go 1, 2.
It's the seriousness of it.
And then the next minute they're fucking over. But again, I think, obviously I'm lucky enough. My kids are great. I haven't had any issues so far. Although whenever Aisha's older, I know she said to me the other day, I said, "There, right, it's bedtime." And she was like, it was pretty late. It was probably about 10 o'clock or something. Yeah. She was out playing, and I was like, "Right, no, you've been up late. Like, you're normally well sleeping by now, going to school. Yeah. It's bedtime." And she's like, "I can't wait till I'm 16." And I says, "Why?" I says, "Because I can do what I want."
And you turn around and be like, it's 18. I get the fuck out of
bed. And I said, "Nope, you'll not be leaving this house till you're 30. I get into bed." She's a wee cunt, like.
It is, mate. It's Ruby's the same, like, great wee child, but she now rules the roost. She's figured stuff out. She's a smart wee kid. The other day I turned around and I was like, "Look, I'm the boss." She goes, "No, I think you'll find I'm the boss." And then she stopped for a second and goes, "Daddy, what do bosses say?" I was like, "I'll tell you what to say. They say I'm the boss, not you." Fucking do this. But it's how she thinks she's got you. And then she's like, "I don't know what comes next." Like, yeah, you still got a lot to learn, kid. It's all right.
Best thing ever to almost have kids, like, made me grow up. That's whenever everything started going well music-wise and all too for me, like, because it was started, like, before it was just like phoning it in. Yeah. Like, I was lucky enough I was getting stuff, but I wasn't really trying. You were the same then. Whenever Ruby came along, you knuckled down a hell of a lot more too. Like,
you and Heather were the first people we told. Like, we didn't tell our families. We didn't tell anybody. We found out, and then as we were sitting in the waiting room to get the official scan, it's like, go. Message Heather, because, you know, for anybody that doesn't know, whenever Sergi and me met, Heather was pregnant, and for 7 years, all they did was badger me. Every car journey home, every gig, every fucking instance of meeting up. When are you gonna have a child, Dave? When are you gonna have a kid? When are you gonna have a kid?
Well, in fairness, it wasn't really me. Like, it was
well, her. No, you were quite bad. Like, but yes, Heather was definitely the more prominent one on this, but. Yeah, it just felt right that Heather and you should be the first to know via Heather, given the amount of fucking badgering she'd done.
I think she just wanted to know, was he Buckner?
She just had to ask. She's like, have a child to find out.
I know, but it did. It wakes me up. Really did. Like, before, fuck, I probably would have died if I didn't have Jackson at home. Like, I was fucking wild bad, like.
Still are.
Not as bad as I used to be. I said I appreciate sobriety now.
No, you do. And I've been appreciating sobriety since Wales. I did have a glass of Pinot Grigio yesterday, and it brought back just the fucking...
What were you saying in the call? Patreon exclusive?
No, I was like, when's that fucking train? I'm knackered.
Was it Fun Fair still down there in
Yeah.
Bangor? I was down the other day. Last week we were down. It was well, Fun Fair was only. Did you get on the boat?
No, I wasn't. I
Me and
wasn't
Aisha
allowed
got
to go
on
a
it.
boat.
It was fucking great. But see, halfway into it, I was going. Aisha was doing this here with her arms in the
Aye,
air.
and she's
And
gonna fall out.
No, I thought she was going. I started panicking. She was still putting her arms in the air, and see, every time it went right up, I was
Aye.
going. I was flapping out of my seat, so I was
Aye.
grabbing her, going, "Fucking put your arms down!" But I started freaking out.
Ah, well, that's why we didn't take Ruby on, and we're like, you'll definitely, because like she's a wee slight thing.
No, she didn't. She didn't come off that seat once, mate. Honestly, whereas I was. I think
Aye.
it's just because I'm bigger.
But then you would imagine,
Aye.
is this going to be another science lesson like global warming last year?
I
So
was
science would predict that
pushing my
you're-
foot into the front,
Aye.
and my arse was still lifting off the seat. But I was holding her. She was fine. Like
Aye.
I don't know what the fucking issue is there, but I made it freak me the fuck out. Like Jax wouldn't get on for obvious reasons. He's a wee bit of a scary bad, like, but
Yeah.
he wouldn't get on, and whenever I was going down, Heller and him were at the side, and see whenever I got off, he could see my face. Heller see my face. See when I got off, he was like, "That's why I didn't want to get on."
You haven't done any favours for that one. Like that's him scarred. And I was like, no, won't be doing that.
Because see in Disneyland, we tricked them on he doesn't like roller coasters, but there was one roller coaster that looked like a train.
Yeah.
And obviously we had the queue jump, we just fucking straight on. So I said, "Come on, mate, we'll all get on this here." But the train went about fucking 200 mile an hour. Mate, see as soon as it took off, mate, and he
See, the
realised,
fact you tricked him.
oh mate.
That's the bad crack.
No, he did, but he came around as the days went on. Obviously, the couple of days we were there, he came around and started getting on things, and then he went on himself.
Yeah.
But mate, he walked up and he said, it's just a train, mate. And it looked like a train,
Aye.
but it was like a fucking
Aye,
bullet train,
gotcha.
mate.
See, I get that though. Like when I was a child, whenever I got brought to Disney, like I done all this stuff, but I don't know. It was one of those really childhood traumatic things. When I was like 3 or 4 or something, my man and dad let me see Jaws, so this gave me nightmares. The usual child thing. Used to wake up and night, "Mommy, Daddy, still there, not been eating many sharks." You know, as you think as a fucking child. So fast forward to when I'm 11 and I'm in Disney for the first time, and my mum, my dad, and sister are like, "Let's go on the Jaws ride." Nope. Like, come on, it'll be fine. Nope. I am not gonna on it, and I fucking broke down, cried, and all, refused. Like I was petrified, mate, of getting on this ride. So they convinced some security guard to let me sit at the end of the ride and just wait until they eventually came
I
back.
come back.
And they came back, and I was like, "Fuck, no, I'm not doing that." So then, whenever I was older and went back, I then went and done the ride just because I'm older. I'm like, well, that was obviously bollocks.
Yeah, it was in your head.
And
You're
then
like,
I seen
I'll
it.
fucking
and
do
I was
that
like,
one
"Ah,
day.
what a fucking dick I was. This is just like rubber. So I said, no, just fucking it. But again, it's one of those things. There's a movie.
In your head the whole time. Was that one of them ones where you completed your goal?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's like,
that was off the list. Man. There's a
one
movie.
day I'll go back there and
I
beat
conquered that fucking
Jaws
shark.
ride.
But it's a psychic
And your
thing,
sister's going, "You fucking big queer, you even get on that Jaws ride."
mate. A big fucking floppy rubber thing. Nah.
Hear one about our Dave over in Disney. Big fucking pansy who's scared of a rubber shark.
But it's one of those fucking psychological things, and like how something scares you as a child and you carry that on, like irrational things. Like there's a movie, Darby O'Gill and the Little People. It's like from the 1930s about a wee fucking man who captures a leprechaun, right? But there's one part in it where there's a banshee. And as a child, again, watched it, scared the fuck out of me. But my dad loved this. We would watch it every year. Loved the film, but once it came to the banshee bit, he would turn it off. This was in the days before you could fast forward. He'd like, change the channel for 15 minutes till this bit was over and then go back. And to this day, I'm now 35 in August. Yeah, is that right? Maybe? I don't know. I still haven't watched that 15 minutes of Darby O'Gill just because in my like I'll not even go
Patreon
back to
exclusive.
sitting behind a blanket. Oh fuck, this is the best.
See what you're saying there about being kid and being scared and all. Like I remember whenever I was a child, like I was probably 8 or 9, maybe around there. I remember your wee girl Sarah Payne got fucking
Yeah.
killed. So how it all happened, it was on the news and all, and I started fucking hell, like you're paedophiles and all, blah blah. We were all out playing the street, and all about fucking 10 of us. And like my dad and all the other dads were all in the gardens, yarning away. You know, like full,
Yeah.
like a wee street we lived in was brilliant. Like it was dead, like close knit. And taxi driver pulled up to pick someone up, and I screamed, "Peter, the fucking garden's emptied me around your mom's car." Mate, you near got the fuck out of him, like, because back then you didn't have to have the taxi sign on the roof. He was like working for a
so it just
Ballycell,
looked like
just
somebody
like,
fucking
working,
rocked
and they
up.
didn't even have like the numbers on the fucking side, no, like the green numbers on the
Aye.
side windows. Mate,
But
fuck,
that's-
and you got this cunt killed.
That's bad.
I know.
But again, even now, like, when was that? How long ago would you say?
1997.
So that was before it was as bad as what it is now, more mainstream and more talked about and all that, right? So you were just being a wee dick thing and you were funny.
No, I was genuine. I was scared in the situation because he pulled up
right,
beside.
you weren't doing this to be funny.
No.
You genuinely thought this guy was
I didn't. No, it was.
That makes it even better.
I don't think I understood what paedophile was.
Aye,
Do you know what I mean?
You just thought
I just
something
heard it
bad's
on the
happening
news
here.
because they killed your wee girl Sarah Payne. But he pulled up. We were all playing football on the street. He pulls up beside us, obviously to pick up the wee fucking woman Sally or whoever it was out of her house. And I just screamed it in the fucking gardens, like I say, my dad, all the rest of them fucking boating down the street.
I mean, that's bad crack.
No.
But like that's
And Belfast in 1997, like.
oh, alright. But see then, like, how do I say this without sounding bad? I always have this problem. I always say things with the nicest intentions, but it sounds horrible to start with, so just bear with me. Back in the 90s, if a child had said this had happened to me, there would have been an awful lot of questions around it. Why would that happen? Why would the adult have done that to you? Are you sure that really happened? Yada yada. But now it's done full circle. But kids are a lot smarter than what we were because we didn't have the internet. And they would claim that to an adult for a bit of bants or, oh, I don't like that teacher. I ain't going to say they've done that. And it's more now, it
Believe
doesn't
all
matter
women?
whether you did it. But
You saying believe all kids?
no, but I'm saying that's what happens now. The kid
No,
says
I-
something. Even if you
Oh, I-
didn't do anything, there'll always be that question. Like, if you're completely cleared by the eyes of the law, you didn't do anything, this kid was just being a dickhead, there's still somebody somewhere. I'll be like, I know, but there's no smoke without fire. Did he do it? And
Oh,
that's,
aye.
that's the scary thing about the world we live in now. Kids are a lot more in tune to, I can really cause a bit of trouble here.
It took me fucking 3 weeks of having diabetes to realise I didn't have to sit in class all day. I was like, how long? What? My blood sugar's high? What do I do, sir, if my blood sugar's high? Oh, you need to go to a games hall and play football, run about, put in a bit of exercise.
Take it.
Can John come with me? Can Johnny come with me? Aye. No sweat. Every couple of days, I was eating a bar of chocolate. Get a fucking. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I was only a kid, mate, and I twigged on really quickly. Hold on here, I can do what I want.
I remember reading during COVID when they started doing all these, excuse me, remote learning classes, that the kids had figured out ways to bake without not being there. So there was one kid who'd created like a 45-second GIF of him just sitting doing this and moving a wee bit and just like paying attention,
I
sort of
seen them.
moving, and just played it on loop. There was one kid who changed his name to connecting ... so it just looked like they were having connection issues, and he just fucked off and wasn't going to school. And they're right, oh, it's just my internet, but he was connected. His name was just connecting, and he had it on mute. It's like, how fucking savvy! Like, these kids got thrown into the midst of this fucking chaos, and they're like, how the fuck can we not go to school? I know I'm smarter than the teacher.
Tell you what, see, Axel, in school now, it'd be hard to go on the big nine in school. Like, so much checks and balances. Like, see, mate, I used to just not go into school, and no one checked where I was.
Yeah.
Like me and we used to go into school to lunchtime, and then me and Johnny Johnny Rotten fucking used to go to my dad's trampoline, jump on it, and then we would have went back up. Like, say we finished at 3:30, would have done. Like, it was only about, it wasn't that. It was
You're walking back in
half a
the
mile
school.
away from the school. We'd have walked back up to school to get the bus down home.
Aye.
And Johnny or would have done it over home. Like, I mean, no one give a fuck.
See,
They didn't checking us at all. Like.
our school, yeah, you had to sign in if you were late in a wee book, but that was about it. But Lagan is connected on to a glen.
Snob.
Smart.
No.
I was
I'd beg the
I was
differ.
really smart until I started taking drugs.
Uh,
Then I became smarter.
but no, we
But no, so they
go ahead.
Lagan had I can't remember the name. It's a glen, but it's a big fucking long glen off the Craigie Road. and there was no fences, no nothing. You literally went to the back of the music building, like you were taken down the glen for PE, so you could always go and scout out wee spots that was good, and you just went in, signed in for form class, and then down the glen, sat there for a wee while.
We had a glen up beside our school too, but it went up no like Cave Hill.
Aye, well, no, that's
boys
far
manor.
too mountainous. Ours went downhill. There was one day I remember being on the beak, and it, fuck, it was one of those ones you're like, I've never got caught bigging, but I don't know how I'm gonna talk myself out of this one. And it was a rainy fucking day, like pissing down, and I had initially slipped going down a hill, so I was in my school uniform, completely mucked from head to toe, blazer, shirt, everything stinking. It's like fuck right, and there was this wee bridge at the bottom of the hill where we used to just hang under when it was raining. And I was doing something, I can't remember what it was doing, but it was like joking about and trying to make a point. You know me, I get animated and shit. And as I walked out halfway under the bridge, a lorry drove over the top of it and fucking waterfalled me. Just all the water straight down. So not only was I covered from mud head to toe, I was now also soaked. And this was like 10:30 in the morning. Like, I don't think I'm going to be able to fucking survive a full school day here. And I was just like, I can't even remember how I got away with it, but yeah, I was never pulled up on it, like, so I must have.
I was about 3 weeks in the first year. There was a girl lived in my street called Zoe, and my ma. So my dad obviously worked all day. My ma didn't. She looked after us.
Yeah.
And my ma was going in to get like a fucking operation or something.
Right.
And I remember telling her the night before, and she's like, just don't go to school tomorrow. Because my granddad was bringing us over. I was like, fuck right enough. So my granddad dropped us over to school, and I just walked back home. This was like in first year, like the third week.
Right, okay.
And that's whenever someone rang my dad.
Mine was like the start of fourth year. I was like,
But we hear, mate, I was sitting in my fucking back room in my ma's house, fucking watching like fucking Nickelodeon or something, loving life. My granddad knocked up by the window.
Oh, the window where you could see
He could see in me. Fuck's sake, because he obviously tried the front door, but I had it well locked. So I was in school, so I locked the thing. My granddad, boom, 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 and it was fucking Poppy, mate. He was a lad. My dad's dad. He was like, he's dead laid back, full Christian and all. I was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm sick. So I played the sick card the rest of the day. But then see after that, I swear to God, like that, just we were in the second from lowest class, but the second from lowest class and the lowest class, all of us 12 maybe.
Yeah.
Absolute dumbasses. So I used to live down the Shankill, Sydney Street West, and I used to get the bus up in the morning, and the bus left me right outside school. Bounced off a bus, went in this shop, bought a sausage roll bap, and I used to just go, fuck this, I'm going home. And I used to bounce back on the bus, and I used to like 4th year, 5th year, and fly back down to the house in the bus, and used to stand around and ask him what's going on. I was like, there was only 3 of us in the day, man. I just told us to go on. So like, all right, no problem.
There's no point being here. It's fucking waste of our
But
time
again,
and resources.
They never checked up. And like my ma was just so gullible. She was like, all right. Or maybe she knew, and she was just like, he's fucking lost. He's on the road to no town. Just let him be.
Fuck him. It's all right. He's got diabetes. What's the worst can happen? Fucking let him watch a few cartoons.
That's it. Fuck's sake, we used to go in. They used to just make us. They used to just put Happy Gilmore on. I fuck's sake, mate. I could have acted in Happy Gilmore. We watched it that much in school.
Happy Gilmore's a good film. Here's a question I was thinking of for you, right, which is related to what we're on about. Wait, do you remember the first time you got caught drinking?
I didn't drink because I was ill. See, because I had pancreatitis. I don't get me wrong. Like I had, like I would whenever, because I always run about with people like 3-4 years older than me. So I used to run about with them, and they were all drinking and all. I used to buy like a 6-pack of Milwaukee's Best, they were called. It must be like a American beer or something, but they were like wee tins of Coke. But me, I would have drank one of the 6. I would have just dandered about all night with it in my hand.
Just to fit in and look a bit cool with the guy.
And because they could say I was like 2nd year, 3rd year, they were all 5th year, 6th year, sixth year and all. And then obviously I had diabetes. That wasn't really the issue. I was still really young whenever I was running about with these, and then whenever I was like at the drinking age, I was diagnosed with pancreatitis, which is an alcoholic's illness. So I was like, nah, fuck that. That's when it starts.
I completed it, mate. I actually got an alcoholic's disease without even touching a drop. Oh yeah.
So I know, mate, they used to say that to me. Like I was like fucking 15, coming 16. I used to go into the hospital, and they're like, "Do you like a drink?" And I'm like, "No." Like, what are you trying to say?
Not a drop.
And then see, because see as well, and then what I went from was from that till, are you a heroin addict? Because see, because I was in hospital that much, and they're giving you morphine and all, but they're also putting like drips and all in you. My veins started to collapse in my arms, so I was getting in it like a fucking 18-year-old, and they're going, we can't get a vein. And I'm like, that's not my problem, that's your problem.
Yeah.
And they're like, do you do like heroin though? And I'm like, no, this is your doing. You're the one fucking sticking all these needles in me. So I went from one extreme to the other. But mate, honestly, my ma used to be going like, what the like they're accusing my wee man here of being a fucking junkie. I wasn't a junkie yet.
That's it. Reinforcement, mate. They were like, well, if you think I'm a junkie, I'll fucking show you.
Really see this, right? So I could have took him to the cleaner. So see when I was really bad. So see the insulin pen, right? See the way the needle goes on there?
Yeah.
So like if you take that needle off, there's a plunger there. So see every time I push that round and I do that, the plunger comes down and pushes that.
Yeah.
So I was really, really ill. This is when I got the operation. I was in intensive care for weeks and all. And what they were doing was they were using a syringe to suck the insulin out.
Yeah.
So the insulin was coming out. That orange plunger was coming down, but the mechanism in the pen wasn't.
Right, okay.
So they'd done that for a couple of days. And then they started giving me the insulin in the pen again.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have took loads of units for that mechanism to catch up with a plunger.
Yeah.
So they were basically giving me no insulin for like 3 days. And I knew this. I told them, I was like, you are not giving me insulin. Like, my blood sugar's going through the roof here. This is fucking 16-year-old lad. And then next minute, mate, boom, fucking just complete panic attack. Heart near blew up. And then that's when they rushed me to intensive care. And then see, and in the midst of it all, obviously I was out of it for years after that. Like, I was gone. And then I remember saying to my mad, did you never, like, I was just happy you were fucking alive. I was like, I know, but like, I would never have been in. I wouldn't have been as bad if they hadn't have fucked up. And it was like a couple of, like, no disrespect to the foreign fucking girls in there, but it was like the foreign girls were fucking sucking it out with an insulin pen, mate. And like, my illness is rough, but it's not life threatening. Yeah. It's not going to kill you really. You're just in constant pain all the time. Like, and still to this day you're in constant pain. But the chances of you dying's pretty slim. But the fact that they fucking nearly give me a heart attack, and then also DKA, which is the worst situation you can be in as a diabetic. Yeah. That was their doing, and didn't get a penny for it.
Cool story, bro. Jesus. I'm gonna like dub violin music, like somber violin music over that wee story. It's like, do you ever get caught drinking? Well, where do you fucking hear this?
That's the way it was, mate.
I remember one of the very first times meeting you, and when Phase 2 started out, and I didn't know that you had diabetes, and we were, where were we? The Shankill?
The Rangers,
yeah. And I think this was Nicole's second time meeting you.
No, she wouldn't have been there. You wouldn't have gone with her yet.
No, it was because you showed her your dick. You were in the wee back room where they kept all the band stuff.
So it would have been like the
second. And just pulled your trunks down. But I didn't know that you were having a diabetic attack. And then we went on to play. And you then started ejecting the CDs, being like, mate, wait till you hear this tune I have for you.
CDs?
Aye.
Them CDs?
Yeah, them CDs. It's like, wait till you hear this tune. It's like, we're in the middle of a gig. Like, it's all right, it's fine. And then Heather came, told us what the crack was, give you Coke, but we hadn't told her you'd already drank 3 tins of Coke. So that fucked you the other way.
Yeah.
And then we got you out to the car, and you were like, Dave, mate, what are you doing here? I haven't seen you in ages, mate. And that was my first experience of you on a fucking blood sugar trip. I was like, is he going to die? What the fuck's happening here? Jesus.
It used to be bad back then, like, it was rough, like. But good now, like, many times we went away, like, fucking, shitloads of times nothing happens there.
No. I'm dreading it that happens. But like fucking Pulp Fiction, just straight into the chest.
I remember
I did it wrong. Fuck.
We went to a fucking Rangers Liverpool match, me and Blackie. And we were out all night, went to a match, and he scored Liverpool. I was going to watch Rangers. Got free off a bus now because we were fighting with everybody about 2 miles away from Ibrox. Got the Ibrox, I grabbed the peeler in the headlock. No, but not like being a dick. I was going, alright, mate. And fucking scooped us. So we were in the peeler cell. My blood sugar was going low. What's fucking Blackie do? Gives me insulin.
Oh, shit.
But then the peelers obviously sorted it all out. Like, they and then whenever we come out, he had no tap. I was like, why are you standing there with no tap on? He goes, you fucking threw my tap on the motorway. Because the Liverpool tap, I threw it away on him.
Did you?
I don't remember any of this. This is all their story.
Aye.
But whenever I come out, I was like, what'd you get to eat? And he goes, none. And I say, I got a full fucking Sunday dinner and everything. He goes, mate, they were giving me fucking tap water out of that
They're
toilet.
fucking worried about you, that's why. Did you not, like, get involved in some, not an altercation, but some shit in Barcelona with nurses where you had to be strapped to a bed?
It's just because I wouldn't let them give me an injection.
Aye, but did you not, like, fall through a hedge, you know?
No, Blackie pushed me in the head.
Oh, right, okay. Right.
That was before the blood sugar went low. I pushed him in the bush.
I just remember the picture you sent me with all these fucking, like, your arms and legs look like you've been attacked by a bear and you're just on this
Hannibal Lecter.
I was like, what the fuck has he done in Barcelona? What is going on?
I know, fuck God love my dad. Me and Blackie fucking lit the board and then a low blood sugar. He didn't think Keith didn't know what to do. But I know that was bad, mate, because I woke up in the hospital bed strapped there going, what the fuck's going on? And then I didn't have any medical insurance or nothing. So I was like, oh fuck, these things are going to bill me such a fortune here. See, whenever I give your mom a license, the doctor, he fucking wrote all my details on the sheet wrong. Misspelt my second name, put the completely different address and all in.
Right.
He completely he let me away with it, man. See, I don't know if I still had it, but I had the sheet home and I was looking at it going the show and hell and all, like, what the fuck's that say? That's not Jason Sergi, and it was like something random. And Spanish isn't that far different than English. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're spelling the name, it's the same.
Considering you can't really speak English, I'm not surprised that that's your take on it. They're two completely different languages.
But he had my driving license. He could have just copied and pasted, basically.
Yeah,
and he didn't.
gross.
So what? My only thing is he's went, oh, fuck off, love a wee man.
That's helped him out. So that was like me whenever I get stopped in Amsterdam. It was the first time that they brought out the wee fucking thing. You put your passport in and it opens the doors and lets you through. So, you know, me being me and always on the wind up with Nicole. Nicole doesn't deal well with technology and she also doesn't like people staring at her in a large group kind of thing. Took her on stage a few times. She didn't like that many people in front of her, you know. So I was winding her up this whole queue. It's like, you're going to fuck this. You're going to break it and it's all going to go wrong and everybody's going to look at you and they're all going to be queuing, like freaking out. She got up, boop, straight through, done. It's like, fuck, right. So I walk up, bit it in, boop, didn't open. I was like, oh, this is happening because I made fun of her. So done it again, didn't boop, done it for a third time, and this lovely little woman just emerged like fucking, I don't know where she came from, she just appeared. Went, oh, please come with me. And as the wee fucking doors opened, these two security guards grabbed me and took me into this wee room and went, can I have your passport? But Nicole had like turned round to get something out of the bag, and as she turned round, I'm gone. So she's standing and shit there. We're going,
what the fuck's going on?
Has he went through a fucking portal or something? Where is he? Meanwhile, I'm over here in this wee room, shitting myself, being like, what is going on? Why have these stopped me? Like, for once, I don't have anything in my bag. I am legit this time, and this is the first time I've been fucking stopped. So I sort of said to one of them, because I hadn't, like, cuffed me or anything or told me to wait. They just took my passport and said, stay there. I was like, mate, can you go and tell my missus that I'm in here just so she's not worried? So off he fucking trots. And then 2 minutes later, these two Dutch peelers come out laughing. Oh, it's okay, you can go. And give me my passport and sent me on my way. And I was like, hold on, boys, why did you fucking stop me? And they go, oh, we thought you were a murderer. Like, what? And they're like, yeah, so my passport number, my date of birth, my initials, and some other bit of information was very, very similar to some murderer that they're looking for that thought was trying to jump country. And I apparently looked like him as well. So they were like, me or you. I fucking shit myself the rest of it. Mate, he was a murderer, not a paedophile.
I didn't know he didn't murder a child. After raping it. You know what I mean?
You're making far too many of these jokes on the show, man. But like, see, whenever I went to McDonald's and all, like, I was feeling shifty as fuck. I was like, are they just saying this so like they're gonna watch my movements or something? I was paranoid as fuck until we got on the flight. Because they thought I was a fucking murderer.
Remember the time we get stranded? Biddles and all was with us in the same hotel.
Oh no, I flew out the day before.
But me and it was me, Johnny, Ginger, Sammy, and Heather. So we were meant to come home on like a Sunday after countdown, and fucking I don't know, the pilot had a heart attack or something, and we ended up.
Did he not get that fucking bird flu?
I don't know what it was, but they put us up in a fucking 5-star hotel for fucking 2 nights. We didn't end up coming home. We stayed there a Sunday night and Monday night, then come home to a Tuesday night. Yeah. But we were bringing loads of fucking like pre-rolled joints and weed and all back for everybody. And when we left Amsterdam, we had to split over our 2 cases and all equally. So we got to this new fucking place. we were eating the fucking magic mushrooms and smoking the weed.
Yeah.
And then the next day we're like, oh shit, we'll have to go. Just fucked everything in the bag and went. Didn't hide nothing. So we got to Belfast and we were fucking walking down through security. They pulled us all in.
Yeah.
Your man just said, like, he just waved me on. And he stopped Heller and I just down there and on, willy-nilly, didn't even think anything off it.
Aye.
Next minute, they're all screaming, Jason, get back at me, fuck shit. Oh.
Aye,
So I came back.
It's dawned on you.
It dawned on me, fuck, most of the actual loose weeds in her bag.
Yeah.
So I went back and like, he was already searching her bag and I said, there, man, here, mate, just to let you know. And he went, just knocked the weed out of my hand. That's probably about 10 grams of weed, like. He goes, see if that was him over there. He says, that's just personal use. And I was like, ah. He goes, see if that was him over there. Yeah. And he pointed to another fella. He said, you should be fucked. Like, he just set the bag up and let her go. But she made hell. And I completely agree with her. Like, she was fuming because I just strolled on out. But I stoned the gills, mate. No, like, right, he doesn't want me, right? Yeah. I'll see you later.
Next thing, like, oh, shit.
And when I seen you open the bag, mate, it was just all sitting there. It wasn't hid. There was nothing.
See, that's Belfast enough for you. Like, if you go, because I love watching that, like, America's Border Force and all that there. And it's like, oh, you have like a crumb of mud on your shoe. That's what it was. There was some sports person who was doing track and field events, and because they hadn't cleaned their boots thoroughly enough,
seen that. It was Australia, wasn't it?
Yeah, they weren't allowed through customs because there could be germs on the sole of their boots that they could tell. And it's like, fuck. Like, I get it.
They have a big problem, but with like wildlife and things that are just encroaching on their like weeds and fucking all that shit. Rabbits, foxes, there's no real predators there for them. They're just fucking overtaking the place, like.
Aye, but a fox isn't going to be fucking living in the bottom of your dirty.
I know, but like,
you know what I mean?
I agree. I know it sounds stupid, but like, say a weed and just goes in and just decimates one plant. You know what I mean? Bit far fetched, because back in they were bringing fucking foxes over in the boats.
Aye, but it's because they've got good weather as well. And as you say, there's no, if you bring something over that's got no predator or nothing that's going to stop it, it's just going to fucking grow.
It just fucking takes over
like
the place.
Frog Army.
Frog Army.
Did you ever find out what happened to that guy?
No, mate, I fucking forgot.
I was actually thinking about this the other day, and I was like, that's bound to cause some sort of massive ecological shift in that area.
100%.
Like, 'cause he's like, it's all right. Like as you say, you can introduce something, but over time it grows and grows and grows, and then it fucks up. He introduced 1.4 million frogs into his back garden.
I know.
Like, if you'd done that in East Belfast,
are they going to go back there and breed next year? A part of them?
Who the fuck knows? They're going to kick everybody out of their house and just be like, "This is ours now. We own this fucking spot."
Frog Army. It is mad, but in that crazy situation that they're like, I would have been like, you can't do that. After like 2 bucket loads, I'd been like, it's going to be a lot, like.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean. I've fucking lifted frog spawn. There's quite a bit there, like.
Yeah.
Never mind going and getting bucket after bucket
but
after
again,
bucket.
you're not going to carry it. I think if you've managed to make it through customs in one country with a bucket of frog spawn, you should, like.
That's one of the most. See, going into America, mate, and your man's just looking at your passport. What's the reason for your visit? Like, just going to New York. Like, it's the most fucking nerve-wracking thing ever.
Aye, 'cause you're like, shit, you're going to send me back on a plane if I give you one wrong answer.
Aye, no, but like, both of us were standing there for fucking 2 minutes, like.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, you know what I mean, you go into fucking Brussels or fucking Paris or something, they're just like, like, they do fuck about a wee bit, but it's not too bad.
Because my passport photo is me with a shaved head, and I now have the hair, they're always double looking because they do look different. It's like, are you an escape convict? Like, nah.
At least it's not a fucking map on your head like before too. See that video with T13, mate, it's amazing.
But that was back before I give a fuck.
Still don't give a
fuck. I'm just under a 12-month fucking Sergi program. Wear this, do that,
mate, seeing that video pops up my time hop, I'm like, unbelievable.
I was fat as well. Well, not fat, but I had an old stomach on me.
Mate, I was in your house, remember the other week, and I was walking out in a photo of you in Tenerife or something.
Aye.
It's me. I'm getting the
Lanzarote. Cause, mate, do you know what it is? Because I'm working from home. I used to just sit and eat loads of buns and sweets and everything all day at my desk and crisps and all sorts of shit. And now I'm sitting in the house. I'll have my breakfast and maybe have a wee snack for lunch.
You're not
eat anything till dinner. And I might walk the dog and all that there shit.
That's it. On your break or something like, oh fuck, I'll go down to a spa or whatever.
No. I'm a break. Fucking open up the laptop and start.
No,
working.
but that's what I'm saying. You did before. You would have done that
yeah.
in work. Aye. No, mate, I just eat too much food.
Aye, but again, like, you're in a position where you're sitting and you can just munch all day and it's keeping you going. It's like that sort of quick energy.
See, obviously I'd rather be the way I am now than what I was fucking 4 years ago. Like, I was fucking just skin and bone. Like, I worked hard in this belly. Like,
That's it. You can be proud of your wee
I
belly.
just need to tone it up a wee bit now.
You can't have a toned belly. Though.
Of course you can. Just do fucking sit-ups.
Aye, but you can't be fat and have toned fat.
No, well, just no, like proper dad bod. Have half a six-pack.
No, you can't have that's not how it works. You can't, well,
See, you know, my only problem is my arms are still skinny and my legs are skinny. It's just my belly. It's like no attire.
She was like,
Ew, pregnant, but that's genetics. My granddad was like that. My uncle's like that.
See, my dad's like that.
Oh,
I'm not gonna be like that. I'm sorry. I'll be worse.
look at your.
Don't you put your finger in my ring?
Britain's Got Talent with that.
Do you ever see the people can do tricks with blowing? Do you
Lifting
know
vapes out.
how long it took? Do you know why I blow smoke hoops so much? I forced, again, it's an evolutionary thing. I forced myself to do it, and I can't do it. So me and Biddles, where were we? Benidorm, first holiday away. With like my parents, I was with Biddles' parents and with him. I think we, that's what it was. So we been out on a bender the night before, and obviously we'd made friends around the pool and all, and we were all fucking with each other and doing pranks and having a good old time. So Biddles had got really drunk the night before and decided that he didn't want to be friends with anybody for that day. He wanted to stay in bed, and that was it. So I thought, wouldn't it be funny as fuck if we all just go and fuck a load of ice over him? So this went down like a lead balloon. Needless to say, Biddles got up and just seen red mist, and I sort of laughed and left the room and walked down the hall to the elevator. Was waiting on it, and next thing, fucking Biddles just opens the bedroom door in his boxers and just starts charging down the hall like a fucking bull. The fuck are you doing? I was like, oh shit, this has gone really badly. So anyway, we had a big fallout because I was a cunt and decided to do this, and Biddles didn't appreciate it. I thought it was funny. So I sat and I smoked, I would say, the best part of 120 fags in the lobby of the hotel because I wanted to learn how to blow smoke hoops, and I'd fuck all else to do with my time. So I just sat there going, and by the end of the night, I could blow perfect smoke hoops multiple times, and ever since then, I just can't not do that because it's like sat for so long fucking cocking the jaw to try and fucking.
There's nothing worse than being on holiday with your mate's family and your mate falls out.
Well, no, we made it up that night again. It was fine. Once the hangover subsided, he realised, and he sort of was like, "Yeah, mate,
I have to fucking spend the next 5 days with this cunt to me going say I'm sorry."
That's what it was. Do you know what it actually
Or
happened?
his Maz, and then goes, "Excuse me, Michael, you must go make up
Oh no,
with Dave."
his man and dad didn't know about it. The reason that I pranked him was because the night before we were in some club, and he said that he wanted to go back somewhere because he had like €10, and it was like €12 for the drinks that we were in, but there was a bar down the road, and he wanted to have 2 more drinks before we went back, and we had like a 12 o'clock curfew or something. So he fucked off. 12 o'clock comes, no Biddles, can't find him anywhere. Went down to where he said he wasn't there. And I waited for about 20 minutes, couldn't find him. I was like, fuck him. I'm just going back to the room then. I'm going to get in shit anyway and see what happens. So I couldn't then find my way back because I was a bit too drunk. Started asking these Spanish people. Somehow I learned Spanish in my drunken thing. I was like, blah, 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 and I ended up back at the hotel. Opened the door, and there's Biddles, face down in bed. It's like, you fucking bastard. Like, I've been sitting freaking out for the last half an hour worrying about you, and you're in bed sleeping. So that's why I got pranked. And that's how I learned to blow smoke hoops.
Full circle. Well, that's another fun one. Don't think we'll talk about any music this week. We're waiting for next week till we get all these guests coming in and have a laugh.
Yeah.
And please like us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok.
All that other social media.
Just
please
like us on all the pages. Go to www.fazed2.co.uk. All the links are there. You have no excuses. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Yep.
Peace.
Thanks.